So hi guys, this is Jay on the mic. So in this video we are going to tell you about the latest web series of Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein, which you can watch on Netflix. We are also tell you about how you can binge this awesome series for free. So let's start the video. In a twist, greater than any you're likely to see on the show itself, Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein is actually good. A kitsch throwback to both trashy pulp fiction and 90s Hindi cinema, the 8-episode Netflix series is exactly what Haseen Dilruba, in its most salacious dreams, wishes it was, but while that Taapsee Pannu star was marred by a scattershot screenplay, which itself was crippled by a superiority complex, it looked down on the genre it was supposed to pay a loving homage to. Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein is largely successful at balancing delectably dark humor with action thriller elements. It's a ask of any filmmaker to maintain tonal. But while that Taapsee Pannu starrer was marred by a scattershot screenplay, which itself was crippled by a superiority complex, it looked down on the genre it was supposed to pay a loving homage to. Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein is largely successful at balancing delectably dark humor with action thriller elements. It's a tall ask of any filmmaker to maintain tonal consistency across an entire season, especially if the genre keeps changing every 2 episodes, but director Siddharth Sengupta, for the most part, keeps the narrative on track even when the behavior of his characters threatens to derail it. An excellent Tahir Raj Bhasin plays the hapless engineer, Vikrant, who wants nothing more than to live the life that he has mapped out for himself. After getting an entry-level job at a steel plant, he'll marry his sweetheart, Shikha, and perhaps get an MBA degree some years later. He'll shoot the breeze with his childhood buddy, a buffoon nicknamed Golden, and most importantly, he'll stay far away from the shady man his father has spent his entire life working for. But as fate would have it, Vikrant is sucked into the seedy world of up politics when he crosses paths with the infatuated daughter of a fearsome local Vidhayak named Akheraj, played by Saurabh Shukla in proper Ramadhya Singh mode. The woman, Purva, has spent the prime of her youth obsessing over Vikrant, whom she went to school with. She puts in an unsolicited good word for him when his father forces him to interview for a position in Akheraj's posse of Gundas, played by Aanchal Singh. Purva is a real femme fatale, straight out of the Manohar Kahaniya that the show has such a palpable fondness for. The moment he first laid eyes on her as a kid, Vikrant knew she meant trouble. This is perhaps as much as you should know about Purva and her plans. Revealing the rest would be spoiling your experience. And that's only because Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein relies a tad too heavily on plot twists. But that is the nature of the beast. In fact, it is because of its love for pulp fiction that it is able to get away with so much. Stories such as this are supposed to feature archetypal characters who display a glaring lack of logical reasoning. And if stupidity were a crime, Vikrant would be serving a life sentence. Vikrant does everything that he can to escape from Purva's clutches, but when Shikha is pulled into the conflict, he has no choice but to, as Jackie Shroff would say, grow a Mirudand and face his enemies. Shweta Tripathi, however, is given the short end of the stick, chained to a reactionary character who spends most of her time on the run. Tripathi might as well be eating batata vadas off screen in the large stretches where she is out of action. Had Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein not lost the glint of mischief in its eye towards the end, it would have warranted an even more enthusiastic recommendation. Yeh Kali Kali Aankhein, director Siddharth Sengupta. Cast: Tahir Raj Bhasin, Shweta Tripathi, Aanchal Singh, Saurabh Shukla, Brajendra Kala, Anant Joshi. For more videos like this, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned. Also share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.